Hey, what's up DIYers? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're working on our 2008 Chevy Colorado. In today's video, we are going to replace both of the tail light housings or lens, basically the entire casing or housing that all the light bulbs secure into. Let's go outside and get started. All right, DIYers, outside on the left-hand side, you can see our 2008 Chevy Colorado. And in the event that you have a GMC Canyon within close proximity year-wise of 2008, whether it's on the top end or bottom end, the steps in this video are going to be the exact same for you. And scrolling above right now, also down below in the comment section as well as the description section, we are just shy of beginning to prepare this 99 Toyota Camry for a demolition derby. That will be exciting, time consuming but exciting. It's not going to have any headlights, taillights, windshield, probably won't even be that color. However, back to our 2008 Chevy Colorado, let's open up the hood and cut all electrical power to the battery. At this point, I've got the hood open, and DIYers, we have an inline 5 in our 2008 Chevy Colorado. And again, we are going to cut all electrical power to the system. And to do so, we have grabbed our 1/4-inch Craftsman ratchet and 10mm deep socket and the black negative cable from the terminal on the battery. We are going to loosen up the 10mm nut. You don't actually have to remove it fully, just loosen it carefully. Pull up and position the negative cable in a way where it's not going to hop back up and make contact with the terminal of the battery. Taking a step back, and with the electrical power fully removed from the system, it is safe to move forward. Let's head to the back of the Chevy Colorado. And again, we are going to replace the tail light lens. And in our case, we've got 3 light bulbs inside that little housing, and you can see the separation shown here. And this one's, I mean, it's bad, but I mean, it's not that bad compared to the one over here. Check this one out. As you can see, it is separated all down the center portion, and that's pretty bad. Look at that. So we're going to get them replaced, and down below in the comment section as well as the description section will be a link on how to remove an old tonneau cover, install a brand new one. And let's go ahead and open up this latch. We will also post a link down below on how to replace this latch if it breaks. And it involves removing this panel and separating all the linkage to replace that latch. And in addition, we have a mat, and we will show a video link down below for this as well. However, to the inner portion, you've got the actual cable that holds and secures the tailgate. And we're not going to touch that bolt nor that bolt. Inside here is a very small, in our case, again, 2008 Chevy Colorado, a small Phillips screw, and then one right down here. Those are the only 2 screws we actually have to remove. At this point, I've got the camera positioned. Again, we are not going to touch this bolt nor this bolt. We've got the small Phillips screw inside here and the one down here. My recommendation is grab a screwdriver that has a thick Phillips bit and is magnetic, because this one right here, once you loosen it up, it may be tough to get out of this little housing here. And ultimately, we will want to pull that screw all the way out before we actually pull the entire lens housing from the vehicle. So I'm going to, again, do my best not to get in your way and loosen up and remove each of the Phillips screws. And they are tiny, like a 1/2 inch long. Set them in a safe location. In our case, they're pretty loose. And as you can see, again, a magnetic bit really helps out. I'll set that aside and stay organized. I am going to put the screw that came out of the bottom portion of the lens back in that hole, as well as the top screw back up here. All right, DIYers, a quick reposition of the camera, and I want to give you this camera view because I want to show you how I pull that lens housing away from the vehicle. And on the very bottom portion right here, you have a plastic pin, and it's about 3 inches long. And you also have that same pin up top. However, you have a little tab and slot right in this location right here. And what we are going to do first, before pulling the lens housing outward, we are just going to grab right here and carefully pull out. And it is going to separate the tab from the inner slot inside the top portion of that lens housing. And DIYers, as you do this, just be patient, go slow, be precise. We do have 3 light bulbs inside that housing, and all 3 light bulbs have electrical wiring. And that's the main purpose of why we disconnected the negative cable from the battery, to cut all electrical power to the system. Again, we are working around electrical wiring. And I'm also going to put my hand right here because I don't want this entire lens to just pop out and fall and hang by the wiring. There we we go. And once you get it to this point, don't pull it any further out. Just carefully grab it in a way where you can pull straight back and out. And on the opposite side, again, are those plastic tabs. From here, I'm going to reposition the camera and show you disconnecting all three of these electrical connections to a closer view. And again, just try not to let this entire housing hang from the electrical wire connections. And we've got three of them. Again, we've got a light gray, more of a dark gray, and then a tan cream color. That's the top, this is the middle, and that's the lower or bottom connection. And all you're going to do is carefully turn the connections counterclockwise, and each connection has a rubber O-ring, basically to seal and keep all moisture and water out of the housings where the light bulb goes into. Be very careful as you pull these out. Again, counterclockwise, nice and slow. Pull this up and out. And the third one, as shown here. And I'm going to hold the electrical wiring and light bulbs carefully, set it down, and remove the housing altogether. And DIYers, here it is. There's a part number if you need it. And again, that whole part right there, bad condition. From here, this will be personal preference, but I'm just going to do some friendly cleaning in the areas that really never give me the opportunity to clean. But again, as always, as you do this, don't break any of your light bulbs. That would not be good. Taking a step back, and again, here is the casing or housing and the three holes that the light bulbs secure into. And close-up view of each of the bulb. Again, the tan, dark color, and light gray. Light gray being the bottom, and the cream or tan color being the top. And I think that light bulb is burnt out. I didn't think it was, but we'll see. We are going to perform the exact same steps and remove the passenger rear lens or casing here, which is again in worse condition. Phillips screw here, Phillips screw here, friendly jolt outward and pull out so you can disconnect all three electrical connections that have the light bulbs, and it's shown here. And I did just that. Again, the passenger rear much worse off than the driver's side, and it's shown there. And I'll be honest, when it rained, there was a lot of moisture buildup in this one, but really nothing in here. And those bulbs look good. Let's go grab the brand new lens covers or housings. All right, here we are at the workstation. You can see the workbench on the other side of the jet ski. And this is my mom and dad's 2003 Sea-Doo GTX in-house for DIY repair videos. We are going to pull the engine out, overhaul it, and put it back in. However, inside that box is our brand new parts. Making our way around the jet ski, DIYers, hey, if you're into skateboarding, down below is a helpful link on how to build your own custom logo skateboards. And we'll also have a link on how to mount them on the wall. In addition, down below in the comment section, as well as the description section, will be a link on where to purchase these. And this is what they look like when they come in the box, and we will carefully unpackage them and get them installed. Back to the engine compartment, and I am going to test all light bulbs before we re-secure everything. I've got the black negative cable re-secured to the battery. And I've got the truck started, and you can see, okay, look at that. The one I thought was burnt out is not. And that is our reverse light. And there is some discoloration. Don't touch the bulb. It will be hot when it is on. So it's only a matter of time until this one basically burns out. And we are going to come over here, and those lights work good. Well, it's a little dim, but now I need to test the reverse. So I'll get in the vehicle and put it in reverse. At this point, I've got the camera positioned, and again, I'm going to get in the truck and put it in reverse and test each of the lights. Now to the passenger side. All 6 lights work. On the left hand side are our old lenses or covers. On the right hand side are our brand new ones. And look how clean and new those are. Those are nice. And each of the little holes that the bulbs secure into have little protectors to alleviate anything getting inside here. Bugs, dust, etc. Go ahead and remove all of those and they should just peel right off. Got the camera repositioned, and make sure you grab the proper housing or lens for the proper side. And again, here are the rear tabs and all 3 openings that the light bulbs are going to go into. And again, the tan one will go in the very top, and I'm just going to carefully align all of the bulbs inside each of the housing, and you have little inserts, and align them properly and turn them clockwise to secure them. And just be careful and patient while you do this. You want to properly set the rubber O-ring as well as the connection point and turn it clockwise until it is secured. And at this point, double check everything. We are going to ever so carefully align the plastic pins with the holes and center them properly, push them in, and push this portion of the lens back in, just like that. From here, it still might be a little loose, so I recommend holding it with one hand as you sink the screws on the opposite end. And again, a magnetic bit goes a long way. I will just grab the screw as shown here, go to the very bottom, align it properly, and insert and secure the screw. Now to the top. Do not over tighten these screws into the new inserts, but you want them snug. Taking a step back in DIYers, that looks a lot better. And again, that was not the really bad one. And to the opposite end for the screws, as you see, top and the bottom one. Exact same steps to install the brand new housing on the passenger rear. And there it is, much nicer. Check that out. Compared to what again it was. And as I mentioned, it gathered a lot of moisture inside the inner portion. Pretty ugly, but now brand new. Back to the opposite side, and DIYers, if all looks good, you can carefully close your tailgate, and we'll hop to the front of the truck inside the engine compartment and re-secure the black negative cable to your battery. Back to the front engine compartment, and as you do this, just be careful, it might spark, but re-secure again the black negative cable to your battery, and you might as well check your positive, make sure that's tight too. Taking a step back to the front portion of the truck, as you just saw, DIYers, we started the engine and turned on all the lights and tested all the lights, including the turn signals, and all is good. We hope this helps. Hey, do us a favor. Below the video, you'll see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. And I want to show you something inside the garage here. Check this out. This is our 1991 Chevy Cavalier Z24. Check that out, and it is on skates. And unfortunately the engine needs to be rebuilt, but that's okay, we're gonna do it. And we will also post links down below that explain those cool little roller skates. Basically, long story short, I'm not a strong guy, but I can move this car with a dead engine with ease.